Welcome to County Report This Week. I'm Sonya Burke. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in the next half hour, the Brookeville Beer Farm opens for business. We'll go inside the National Museum of African American History and Culture. And Northwest High School is recognized as a school of opportunity. But we begin with traffic congestion. In Germantown this week, local leaders announced a new coalition entitled Fix I270 Now. Congressman John Delaney is the chair of this coalition, and he was joined at the kickoff by business leaders and politicians from Montgomery and Frederick counties.
It came about with our efforts to actually make I-270 a bigger priority for the state and obviously for the federal government as well. I mean, in my opinion, I-270 has been woefully underinvested in, and what I'm trying to do is not make this a partisan issue, but get all the stakeholders together, whether they be business, state legislatures, federal legislatures, so that we can make 270 the number one priority, not only for Montgomery County and Frederick County, but also for the state of Maryland.
We want to make it clear that it's a priority for Montgomery County, for Frederick County, for our region, to finally address the traffic congestion on the I-270 corridor. It just becomes a parking lot during rush hour. That's lost hours that people could be spending with their kids and their families, lost hours of productivity for our businesses. It hurts our competitiveness in the region. So we've put together proposals to break the logjam, and we're asking the state to make this a priority.
By not investing the way Virginia has, if you look at what they've done with their Beltway and with other transit systems there, they're in a much better position. We've been way behind in terms of getting 270 up to the standards.
And is the solution widening it? Is it express lanes?
Widening it, express lanes, the bus rapid transit system that's been proposed. I think there's some technology solutions that are interesting. You got to deal with the American Legion Bridge. It's not just 270 itself. So it's a lot of things. It's a big project.
Thousands of Montgomery County veterans who need health care will have a shorter commute when a new outpatient clinic opens on Gaither Drive in Gaithersburg next year. Local officials recently gathered at the site of that clinic for a wall-breaking ceremony.
This is very important. It's our commitment to our veterans. Right now in Montgomery County, if you're a veteran and you need health care, you're going either to D.C. or Frederick or perhaps Prince George's County. Now you're going to have a facility in your community. So it makes it a lot easier for you to get the care that you need, for us to maintain our commitment to our veterans.
For the 44,000 veterans who live in Montgomery County, this medical facility is going to provide tremendous convenience and terrific care, primary care as well as mental health counseling will be available here, and so we really need to spread the word because many veterans have had to suffer inconvenience and travel significant distances into the District of Columbia to get their medical care. We want to thank our congressional delegation and our Commission on Veterans Affairs who have made this a consistent priority, and of course the Obama administration has now responded and the Department of Veterans Affairs is setting this up, but we need to get the word out that it's available, that it's convenient, and it's going to provide first quality care for those who have served our country.
3, 2, 1, hit it.
I live on the other side of Montgomery County in Burdensville. And so I realized today that this location is easy for me to get on the ICC, dump me off at Shaded Grove Road, and for service that I and other veterans across this county may need, it's here. That's a thank you. A thank you that lasts for a very, very long time. And so it's taken us a while to get to this point, but as stated earlier, this is an exciting day. This is an opportunity to reunite families. It's an opportunity to ensure that our veterans receive the services that they need. It is long, long overdue.
I'm really looking forward to December 2017 when we can actually see our veterans able to walk through these doors and get the help and support that they need.
CSAAC is a nationally recognized leader when it comes to developing services for people with autism, and the organization recently recognized the County Council for its continued support. Susan Kennedy reports.
Jane Salzano has spent much of her life fighting to give individuals with autism the opportunity to live and work in their community. In 1979, after her eldest son Brian was diagnosed with autism, she founded CSAAC with the support of the Montgomery County Council.
Elizabeth Skull was there, and they listened with their hearts, and they appropriated $30,000 startup money. Montgomery County Council was the first and only entity to truly recognize the needs of people with autism.
Each day, CSAAC provides services to as many as 300 individuals who have been diagnosed with autism. The County Council has long been a supporter of CSAAC, and as a thank you, Jane Salzano and her staff honored council members for their ongoing efforts to support the organization.
You have stood up for developmentally disabled, but especially to us, for people with autism.
As part of this year's budget, the council allocated $2.15 million to help pay for the wages of those employees who assist developmentally disabled individuals. The funding came at a time when the state was falling short in its support of these wages.
But what makes this county amazing and great is that we always respond because we take care of each other. But it is true that the state has to step up, and that our delegation, they do everything possible every year. But there's always that perception that Montgomery County, streets are paved with gold, and that we don't have any needs whatsoever. When in reality we have quite a lot of needs.
Today, Jane Salzano's 24-year-old grandson, Nicholas, spends much of his day receiving services at CSAAC, which is why this pioneer says she will continue her work helping parents of children with autism become independent.
It's only with partners like you that we're able to be the kind of county that people want to live in. So thank you. Thank you very much.
In Gaithersburg, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
There's a new place for residents to grab a pint of locally brewed beer. My MC Media's Maureen Chaudhary reports that Brookeville Beer Farm is now open for business.
Local officials and residents enjoy fresh from the tap locally brewed beer at the grand opening ribbon-cutting ceremony for Brookeville Beer Farm. The farm is located off Georgia Avenue and joins a number of breweries that have opened up shop in the county.
How did this thing come together? I put together, a lot of hard work, passion for agriculture, love of local foods, a county, thank you very much, who gets it, understands the local movement, and a great community that supports us.
We've tried as best we can to improve local law, zoning law, and anything further that we can do, because this is clearly where the market is headed, and we want Montgomery County to be right out in the forefront.
The farm features an area for visitors to sit and enjoy beer and music performances. It's also environmentally sustainable.
So all of our spent grain and stuff, wastewater, gets used in the nutrient management plan, which then feeds the hops, which we then use in the beer, which then gets sent right back out to the field and put back on the hops later on as compost.
County officials say the farm is a model for future endeavors into the brewery business and would like to simplify the process.
Phil mentioned a number of people, certainly in his family and business, who had helped him. But he also listed a large number of county and state agencies. Unfortunately, that list was too long. And if we are to move forward and to be more creative in the future, we need to find ways in which to reduce some of the burden that you went through.
Ultimately, hopefully, we'll have wineries and distilleries and breweries in the Ag Reserve and in the downtowns, and it's just going to really contribute to a stronger local economy.
In Brookeville, I'm Maureen Chaudhary for County Report This Week.
Coming up on County Report This Week, it's a hot ticket this fall. We'll take you on an inside tour of the National Museum of African American History. And Parking Day was a perfect place to promote the county's bicycle master plan. We'll have those stories and more right after this.
Join us for the World of Montgomery Festival at Montgomery College, featuring a rich cultural experience for the entire family with live music, food, crafts, and cultural performances celebrating our county's diverse ethnicities. This free event is hosted by the Kid Museum, Montgomery County, Montgomery College, and the Fun from Montgomery, and takes place on Sunday, October the 16th from noon to 4 p.m. at Montgomery College Rockville campus. You won't want to miss this.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Sonya Burke. The National Museum of African American History and Culture is opening this month in Washington, D.C. My MC Media's Phyllis Armstrong reports.
A century-old dream comes to life on the National Mall.
It is appropriate for its mission. It's beautiful.
From the grandeur of the design that whispers Africa to the precious artifacts donated by thousands, the National Museum of African American History and Culture honors a people's journey.
It is the experience that helped us understand our notions of optimism, our notions of liberty, our notions of citizenship. We realize this is a story for us all.
The $540 million museum had no collections when the mission to raise half of the building's cost began 11 years ago. Retired attorney Norma Barfield contributed a sizable donation early on and urged family and friends to give.
I said, this is important that I be among the group to ensure that this museum raises the necessary amount as quickly as possible.
One of the largest artifacts, a log house built in 1874 by a former slave, was saved from destruction and moved from Jonesville in Montgomery County.
Not that many African Americans were lucky enough to be able to purchase land and then to build a house on it. So this is a wonderful example of what might have been for more people had they been given that opportunity.
It's very exciting for me.
Montgomery County Planning Department Scott Whipple contacted a friend at the museum and set in motion the relocation of the historic Jones house that was near Poolesville.
I hope that people really, go down and are proud of the opportunity to see their history being told in this museum.
From the exhibit on slave owner Thomas Jefferson to the display on President Obama's second election, from the history of segregation to civil rights protests, and the contributions to culture, inventions, sports, and the military, the museum authenticates a people's place in the making of America.
I'm so honored that this has occurred during my lifetime, that I get an opportunity to witness this.
Phyllis Armstrong on the National Mall for County Report This Week.
The County Council's Planning, Housing, and Economic Development Committee recently took up the issue of small cell towers. And Council President Nancy Florine talked about that hot topic at her weekly briefing with reporters this week.
We had a really interesting committee session the other day. What we learned is that communities may experience about 700 new applications for these devices. They're a couple of feet long, they're not huge, but they would be installed upon either existing Pepco poles or county light poles, largely. And so the community has raised lots of questions about that. What does that mean exactly? And what we're hearing from is the community that already has its utilities undergrounded, largely because they're not used to these big Pepco poles. In the Down County area, most of our utilities are not undergrounded. So those antennas can go up now under agreements with Pepco. The question is what's the process, what's the public notice, how are we going to be dealing with these sorts of things in the parts of the community where those Pepco poles do not currently exist.
Florine said council staff is working on setting up a meeting so residents can get more of their questions about these small cell towers answered. At her weekly briefing this week, Council President Nancy Florine also announced that the council would be getting an update on last month's fatal Silver Spring apartment building fire. That update will take place the afternoon of September 27th at the council chambers and will include representatives from the police department, fire department, health and human services department, and the Department of Housing and Community Affairs. Ride-on bus service will soon connect the Tobytown community in Potomac to the Rockville Metro Station via Shady Grove Hospital. This long-awaited route is called 301, and the bus service is scheduled to begin on October 2nd. The service will operate 7 days a week between 6 a.m. and 7 p.m., and bus fares will be free throughout the month of October as the new service rolls out. You can find more information about this new route's bus schedule online at rideonbus.com. Parking Day is an annual event that provides residents, businesses, and organizations an opportunity to transform metered parking spaces into fun park-like spots to stimulate conversations about our urban landscape. This year's event also focused on the county's bicycle master plan. Take a look.
Today's Parking Day, and the planning department, the bicycle master plan team, is demonstrating a separated bike lane on Fenton Street in Silver Spring. Fenton Street without separated bike lanes would be an uncomfortable riding experience for most people. Certainly not something you'd want to allow your children to do, but the provision of separated bike lanes, especially with good separation, is something that should be comfortable for all people to ride on.
I think it's great. The issue is how secure people feel when they're biking. I think it's great. It gives them a little space to maneuver. Obviously, some people are very skilled in biking and they'll be in the roadway, but I think it's great to have a separate lane, and I think it's worth supporting.
No question that the safer and more attractive we can make bike infrastructure, the more appealing it will be and the more people that it will draw. The kinds of people who are afraid to ride in traffic or just don't find it very pleasant to be riding in the road will have one less reason not to give it a try.
The planning board is in the process of reviewing the bicycle master plan's framework report. So what that's going to do is it establishes an approach to the plan. It identifies goals and objectives that will be driving the plan, the different types of bikeways that will be investigated, and then a monitoring report that is intended to track the progress in implementing the plan over the coming years. So we're in the midst of that process now. We've had one work session, and the planning board still has a couple of smaller issues to resolve, and we hope to do that in the coming weeks.
The planning staff and some of the consultants that we're working with have come up with new ways to analyze where the bike infrastructure is needed, where it could be most cost effective, by identifying places where it would be most practical to get around on a bicycle and where we can deliver that infrastructure at a reasonable cost.
Coming up on County Report this week, Northwest High School in Germantown is recognized as a school of opportunity. And renovations are in the works at the Rockville Senior Center. We'll have all those stories and more right after this.
A Zika virus prevention tip from the Maryland Department of Agriculture. Mosquitoes can exploit the tiniest pools of standing water in your yard and ruin your summer fun. Check your yard every week and dump water out of any containers you see. Buckets, cans, bottles, coolers, bird baths, even wheelbarrows, and especially saucers under flower pots. Store items upside down when not in use, or better yet, inside. Learn more at mda.maryland.gov/Zika.
Get to MC and we'll get you going.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Sonya Burke. Opportunity reigns at Northwest High School, and the Germantown School was recognized for just that. MCPS TV reports.
Good morning, Northwest High School. Congratulations on this honor.
Superintendent Jack Smith appeared on JAG TV to acknowledge Northwest High School as one of only 20 schools from across the country to be recognized as a school of opportunity. MCPS officials, teachers, staff members, and student leaders gathered at a breakfast reception on September 16th to celebrate. The award is a project sponsored by the National Education Policy Center that recognizes high schools that have demonstrated an extraordinary commitment to equity and excellence by giving all students the opportunity to succeed.
It brings attention to the fact that every school needs to be a school of opportunity, and it shows that it's possible to be a school of opportunity. And we have 204 schools in Montgomery County, and whether they all get the banner or not, we want them all to be schools of opportunity. So when they leave with a high school diploma, they have real options and real choices in the world they go out into.
Current Associate Superintendent of Human Resources and former Northwest High School Principal Lance Dempsey, who was instrumental in implementing practices that led to this award, was also there to celebrate the school's accomplishment.
To be named a School of Opportunity, it just showcases all the work that we do with our kids, whether it be the blended learning classes, the full inclusion classes that we have, our kids achieving and getting unprecedented results. Doesn't matter what class you're in, who you are, we always do our very best.
Northwest High School has long been committed to innovative school-based staff development that examines biases and inequities in teachers' beliefs, as well as school policies and structures.
So we did things like examine our own attitudes and beliefs about race, looked at the student perspective. So I think that as our leaders have started to do that, it's really opened up the dialogues that we're having with each other as colleagues, and ultimately it hopefully will bring about a broader dialogue with our kids.
They're very committed to the students, and the diversity is lovely here, and we know that they've accomplished a lot, and we're very proud of this school.
Save the date. The Montgomery County Council is holding its 6th annual town hall meeting for students at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, October 5th at the council office building in Rockville. Students, this is your opportunity to let your county leaders know what is on your mind. Some of the topics expected to come up at this session include the governor's executive order to start public schools after Labor Day, as well as capacity issues at some local schools. For more information about this meeting, visit the council's website. The Rockville Senior Center is getting a facelift, and you can help with the new look just by donating money to buy a chair. Rock 11's Tony Playa explains.
Rockville Seniors Incorporated was chartered in 1980 to financially support the Rockville Senior Center. Traditionally, RSI donates $20,000 a year to support services at the center, and this year, that money is going towards the renovation of the Carnation Room.
This was an old school building. The Carnation Room was the old gymnasium. It still looks like the all-purpose room, the old gymnasium. And we decided as a group 2 years ago that we wanted our $20,000 to go for something that was real, earmarking our funding to something that people would see was an important thing to do. So our first start was, of course, the Carnation Room.
The renovations include new curtains for the stage and new paint on the walls, as well as a new floor. But what about those chairs?
The chairs that are there now, first of all, they don't match the room anymore. And we decided to start a Buy a Chair campaign because chairs are expensive. And we figured we were not going to get a good, solid chair that would support a senior, especially some of our older seniors, because you're looking at 5 generations of seniors in this facility. It cost around $250 a piece. So we started putting jars up to collect pennies. We have one on the counter. And, you know, whatever anybody can do helps. We've got the thermometer now, and this will show from beginning to end how we're doing. And right now we have 10 chairs, and that's important.
For more information on Senior Center programs and how to become a member, head to rockvillemd.gov/Senior Center. For County Report This Week, I'm Tony Playa.
Thousands of people are expected to attend the Taste of Bethesda at Woodmont Triangle on October 1st. This popular festival includes food from more than 50 restaurants and 5 stages of entertainment. Admission is free and taste tickets are sold in bundles. The Taste of Bethesda is located just 3 blocks from the Metro. You can find more information online at Bethesda.org. Coming up next on County Report This Week, we'll introduce you to a high school wrestler who is making a name for herself in this male-dominated sport. Plus, you'll meet our Pet of the Week. Stay with us.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Hey, mister, down here. You illegally passed the stop school bus. I'm placing you in timeout, and this timeout means big fines, plus you really could have hurt somebody. That's why school buses are being equipped with video cameras to help kids like me stay safe, so respect the bus.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Sonya Burke. A wrestler at Poolesville High School is following the footsteps of Olympic gold medalist Helen Morales. My MC Media's Maureen Choudhury reports.
Olivia Rondo isn't your average sophomore at Poolesville High School. Not only is she a part of the school's magnet program, she's also a black belt in Taekwondo, a Girl Scout, and a rising wrestling star.
This summer, I was part of the Maryland National Wrestling Team. I competed at Fargo Nationals, where I won 3rd place in the cadet age group at 154 pounds, and that earned me a spot on the USA national team. It's pretty cool stuff.
Rondo began wrestling a little over 10 months ago with the goal of getting in shape.
I didn't even know the Maryland national team thing existed. I was just kind of doing wrestling because I thought, it would get me in shape, it would make me a better fighter because I had previously done martial arts and stuff, and I was kind of looking into a future in MMA. So that's just kind of why I joined my school's team for. But then I kind of decided that I loved it.
On her school team, Rondo competes against boys, and despite the challenges of competing in a male-dominated sport, she's determined to become the best.
I wouldn't say there's pressure, but there definitely is a different dynamic because most other teams do not have a girl, and I've had a couple teams forfeit against me, because the other coach doesn't want their kid to wrestle a girl. When they see a girl who's coming out with the varsity lineup, they're scared, man, she's really good. So they don't want to see their guy get their butt kicked by a girl. I've never looked at it as boy versus girl, and I don't think anyone else should either. My goal in the future is definitely to win the Olympics.
Will we see you in 2020 in Tokyo?
That's the plan. That's definitely the plan.
On October 1st, experience farm life from the 1850s to the present at the 25th Annual Harvest Festival. Folks of all ages will enjoy hands-on activities, games, and farming demonstrations. Montgomery Park's Agriculture History Farm Park is situated on 455 acres of land and serves as a historic farm site as well as a modern farming activity center. Enjoy some down-home fun on the farm with old-time crafts, activities, music, and food for $15 per car. For more information, go to montgomeryparks.org. Now it's time to meet our Pet of the Week. Kathy Stanhope joins us from the Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center with more. Kathy?
This is Rufus. He's a 1-year-old bearded dragon, and believe it or not, he was found as a stray, and he is now looking for a home. The bearded dragons and all the reptiles make wonderful pets. They're fairly easy to take care of, and you can certainly look up all the information you need online. So if you're interested in adopting Rufus, please call us at 240-773-5900 or visit all our animals at montgomerycountymd.gov/ASD.
With that, we close this edition of County Report This Week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. We leave you with some video of County Council member Roger Berliner conducting the National Philharmonic at Strathmore. I'm Sonya Burke. Thank you for watching.